me. 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys, Tune here back again. Right, this week guys we've got a review of Aldynes on the PC Engine SuperGrafx. Now I've actually got myself a SuperGrafx. We'll actually probably do some of it, well it's only 5 games they've released on the SuperGrafx altogether. So we'll probably end up reviewing all the games. So this time we're going to do Aldynes. I've been playing this game a little bit lately. It's pretty tough, but I have found a slightly easier way of playing it. But I think we'll start off with tuner's tips this time. There is a couple of cheats in this game. The first one, if you hold down button 1 and press run on this title screen here, you reverses the controls. Don't really know why you would reverse the controls, I have no idea. But the second one is basically you push up, down, 1, 2 and start, which takes you to the sound test. This game has got some pretty nice music as well. The music does grow on you after a while. So that's pretty much the sound. That's all the cheats in this game. I say this game, it came out in 1991 for the SuperGrafx. It was released by Hudson Soft, but it was made by a company called Produce. I hadn't really heard of them before, but first time I was playing it, I played this game for a few hours, and I was getting a sort of like a bit of an R-Type vibe from it. The way the bosses are set up, the way that the levels, you need to you need to sort of learn the levels, learn the layouts and stuff. It's very much like R-Type, and I looked them up and looked at Produce. And Produce, funny enough, there's a load of ex-Irem staff that started the company Produce, and they're the ones who made this. So there was probably a lot of people who actually worked on R-Type actually made this, which is probably where I was getting a bit of an R-Type vibe from. But anyway, let's start this up. I say this is a horizontally scrolling shooter. You've got a couple of different weapon systems. Like I said, it was released on the SuperGrafx, which is like an upgraded PC engine, which is a pretty nice machine. Shame that they didn't really make a lot of games for it. When you first see this game, you sort of think, oh yeah, I wonder what. There's not much here that the actual PC engine couldn't actually do itself. But when you start getting into the game and further into the game, you start to see some very nice palette scrolling, some very nice levels, huge bosses and stuff like that. So there's a lot here that probably the PC engine would struggle a little bit in doing. But the other thing with this game, on eBay at the moment, this game is going for around about the 200 quid mark. It's a bit pricey, to say the least. But I was lucky enough. I was in Tokyo and I picked up for 100 quid, which is still a lot of money, to be honest, more than I would normally spend on retro games. But there you go. I bought it anyway. Right then, so what you can pick up these pods. You've got a couple of different weapons. You've got this spread laser you've got here. You've got a forward firing laser, which is fires really fast. You've got like a green weapon as well, which fires multiple like balls off in front of you. I haven't used that weapon much, but it does look incredibly powerful. But on this first stage, I'm not going to get any more weapon power-ups if I can help it. What you can do, there's 3 ways you can use these pods. You could basically just let them fly around on their own like they're doing now, and they just fly around and shoot things. It tends to work out better if you line yourself up with enemies you want them to shoot. They tend to shoot them. Or you can basically lock them to your ship, which gives you extra firing. And for the first couple of hours of playing this game, this is all I thought you could do with these pods. And this game is difficult. It may not look difficult at the moment, but it is really difficult. And later on, I literally managed to get to level 5 and hit a wall because it was solid. But I didn't realise if you actually hold down the button for a couple of seconds, they spin around your ship. But when they spin around your ship, they take out bullets and enemies, which is pretty much the key to finishing this game, I think. It's almost a little bit like the pods in R-Type, but not quite the same. As you can see, it actually wipes out the bullets. Because otherwise, these pods, they don't actually hit bullets or hit enemies. Right, this is the first boss. Reason I didn't want an extra power-up, because your laser turns into like a ripple type laser, which does make it rather hard to kill this boss. So, as you can see in this game, the bosses are big. Pretty much all the bosses are massive. There is one other attack you can do in this game. It's a rather powerful attack. You can make a shield round you. Round the front of your ship. And you can use that shield to ram enemies. Which is a very powerful attack actually, but you have got to get very close to the enemies to do it. And it does take a little while to power. There's the shield, but there. You can actually ram enemies with that. It's probably the most powerful fire in that is actually, but obviously there's no distance on it. So that's the first boss, guys. So I like the little zoom in effects and stuff it's got in. I say this game, the music really does start to grow on you after a while. Right, so basically what I want to do is keep to this weapon for this stage. First time I got to this stage, it's like all Irem games, you'll die because you're not quite sure what you've got to do, or an enemy will come on, you'll die because you don't know where that enemy is going. So best to basically hang around the bottom of the stage tends to be sort of the best place to hang. By the way, you can get 4 of those pods as well, which is very useful. But only 2 of them will fire. So this is what I'm doing, an upgrade in my laser. This is actually the full power laser now. And you want to be keeping this at this level because the boss with any other weapon is very, very hard. But there is a lovely, nice sweet spot where you can stay on the boss where basically you can't get it. So the boss does have a nice safe spot. Gotta watch those big explosions as well. I say I did play this quite a bit. I am making it look a little bit easy at the moment. One thing about this game as well, I was looking on YouTube for any sort of replays to give me sort of any tips how to play this game, and there's a couple of replays online. This comes from World of Long Plays, but I'm telling you that replay is not a guy playing it. It's a TAS. It's basically, you know, somebody with a computer who's playing it frame by frame and going around. Because some of the dodging he does is stupid, and the fact that you need to use these pods, and he didn't know how to spin the pods around either. There's no way that's actually a proper replay of a guy just playing it. So be careful. There's a lot of replays out there that are not actually, you know, someone actually playing it. But I did find, I think it was a Japanese guy, I found his replay of this game, and that's pretty amazing. And he is actually playing it properly as well. I did send him a few messages saying thanks for the tips and all that sort of thing. So be aware that a lot of the other replays out there this game are basically not real time. So basically you want to keep your pods behind you at this moment. So as you can see, the graphics are pretty nice in this game. They start off a little bit on the bland side, but you've got big bosses, but they soon become very detailed, and you get a lot of like palette scrolling and stuff in the backgrounds as well. It is a really nice game. Shame I didn't... right, this is what you want to do in this boss. You want to line yourself up about there, I think. I think I'm in the right spot. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. I think this is the safe spot. But you can dodge these lasers, but it takes a bit of practice to learn how to do it. But I think I'm in the safe spot. Yeah, I am. Basically, this boss has got 2 forms as well. You've got to dodge these lasers, which is pretty rough. And once you dodge these lasers, you blow his head up, and then this like pod appears. And it's a bit tricky. It fires twice at you, but doesn't aim at you, and then it starts aiming its firing at you. So you've got to do a lot of dodging right down at the bottom of the screen. I have managed to kill it a few times without actually using the safe spot, but this is a safe spot right there. As you can see, the bosses are massive. So you do like the graphics in this game. For a PC engine, it's very, very nice. Especially with the multi-scrolling backgrounds. Right, this is where my shield thing is going to come in handy, if I can remember how to kill these big things that fly on. So these pods are very useful flying around on their own, taking the enemies out. I could probably do a different weapon actually for this level as well. The green weapon I'm probably looking for. Right, so I'm a little bit dodgy with these big things that come on in a minute. I haven't entirely got a good way of killing them, but the best way I've found of killing these things is not like that. What you got to do, you got to charge your shield thing up, and if you stay slightly below the open spot that opens up on it, you can kill him with your shield. Like I say, I haven't got this game down yet. It's going to take a lot more practice really to finish it, especially finish it on one life, which is preferable I think. This is the blue weapon, which is fast firing forward. It's very powerful actually, this weapon. Ooh. You can dodge those big things and stay out of the way, but it does get a little bit tricky doing it. Right, what I want is get this shield. Right, if you stay slightly below that middle spot, you can kill him. They take quite a lot of shots as well, but that shield is very useful for killing them things. Right, so what I'm looking for now is probably the green firing. It's a bit close doing them things. Right, I think that's it. There might be 4 of them. I don't quite know. So this level takes a fair amount of practice to get quite good at. It's quite tricky. Oh, I nearly had it then. Say, music's very nice in this game. I do like the music a lot. I'm gonna get that extra speed, I think. Right, this bit, a lot of missiles came in on you. So I'm gonna get my things together. Go dodgy suckers, because they will zoom in on you. They do get a bit faster, as you can see. And you can't stay back either. You have literally got to dodge around. The green firing comes up, which I think it does. I'm going to grab that. I said you can power this firing up ridiculous amounts. Right, this boss, you got to dodge his lasers, fires twice, comes back down, dodge past him again, and on the third one, I think he basically rams you. It. Go down again. This time he's going to come back across. Right, now you've got to destroy these pods. They only fire on the angle, these pods, so you're pretty... as long as you keep an eye out wherever all these pods are, you're safe there. I tell you what, this is very, they're very hard to kill, but this green weapon seems pretty amazing. Full power, this weapon is massive. Yeah, so I am making it look reasonably easy at the moment, but trust me, it's not. Right, this stage is difficult. It's like the R-type stage where, you know, the ships fire a lot of these little dots. This time they've got these little rotating rings. You don't want to go too far forward on this stage. You got to watch as well when they fire, they shoot out more of the rings. Right, I'm not going to risk go for that, I don't think. You can rotate the orbs on this as well and take out all the rings. I think I might be better off doing what I'm doing. Sometimes you get these, you've got to watch out as well. You get these like laser pods on the floor. There's one right by there, and they fire quite a big laser. And if you're not ready for it, like that, it will catch you out. Oh shit! Good thing is you can actually scroll them off screen as well, which is quite nice. Ooh. Didn't see that. I want to try and keep this weapon if I can, because it's very good at taking these pod things out. This boss is very tricky as well. Right, now they're full power, so you can see these things are massive. I think this is pretty much the weapon you want to keep for the rest of the game. Slow down it. Without a good weapon, this section is quite hard. Quite cool, the pods actually get stuck in the gap you chuck them through as well. That's quite nice. It's quite a nice feature. Doing well. I say the art style in this game is pretty cool as well. Like I said, I like when I started getting into it, I was definitely getting a very R-type vibe from this game. Very R-type vibe from this game, and it's only when I looked it up I was like, ah, that makes sense. I say it's a pretty nice shoot 'em up actually, and I am starting to appreciate it quite a bit. It is pretty cool. I say you can play this on emulator, or if you're lucky enough to have a SuperGrafx, you can play it on your SuperGrafx. Or it did get released on the PlayStation Network apparently. It might have been US minds, not UK, because I don't think there's any PC Engine games on the UK. I don't know whether it's on the Virtual Console. It might be. Right. This boss, I'm not entirely sure how to kill it. I know you gotta. He fires lasers at you, which are pretty nasty. Shoot that middle a bit. With the blue lasers, you can kill that thing really fast. Well, guys, I've got to admit, this is probably the best go I've ever done in this game. Right, this is the level that I got to that I couldn't do. This level is extremely tricky, and I am going to rotate the pods because those things that jump down, they're an absolute nightmare. Right, so I'm going to try and stay up here and try and take them out while I can. What they do is they bounce along the top of the screen, and then they basically just all bounce down in one go. And it's very, very difficult to take them out. You got to be looking for it as well because they bounce down all over the place. Ah, got shot by a bullet. I've too much concentrating on the top of the screen. Right, now I think I'm pretty screwed. Let's see if I can do any sort of recovery out of this. I am going to try and 1 credit this if I can. And I'll try and give it a go anyway, at least. See, they come right down at the last moment. Remember that one down the bottom. Ooh. Nearly had it then, didn't I? Damn, I need to get rid of that one at the bottom because he is going to screw me over otherwise. Ooh. See what I mean about this? It's very tricky, this level. I'm about knowing how to rotate these pods. This level is pretty stupidly difficult. Oh, here we go. I forgot the things at the bottom. Ah, you've got to stay back, haven't you? So I mean, this level's tricky. Right, so stay back, shoot that one down there, take the pod out. Right. You want to hope that one behind doesn't bounce. There was like a way round I'd actually found to get around this bit, but I think this game must obviously know that this bit is you need these pods because it does give you a lot of pods. Ah, well then, guys, that's Aldynes. Like I said, I managed to get to level 5. A bit of practice. I reckon I could probably 1 credit this, but I am going to play it a bit more to get really good at it. I say it's a clever game. It's got some pretty nice graphics actually. I say initially it doesn't look like it's using any more of the SuperGrafx power, but then as soon as you get past level 1, the game starts getting better looking. It's definitely got an R-Type vibe to it, hence Produce made it, or a lot of Irem staff opened that company up. It does seem a very quality game, and it's not just your average shoot 'em up, it does take a lot of practice. It is very good. Like I said, I do like the graphics. I think it does have really nice music. Once you get into it, the music gets quite catchy. And it's definitely a bit of a challenge. This game also loops as well. I don't know how many loops this game has got, but once you've done the first loop, you get to expert mode, and expert mode looks ridiculously hard. So it's probably very much like R-Type, where there's probably 2 loops, but I haven't seen any videos of anyone getting past the second loop, so it looks very, very hard, but it must be possible. So I will give it a go. I don't regret buying this game. Like I said, it's about 220 quid on eBay, which is a bit ridiculous. Or you could just play it on an emulator, or if you've got a SuperGrafx, maybe you'll get lucky and pick it up on a deal, but I definitely think it's worth picking up. It is a cool game, and like I said, SuperGrafx games are going to be a little bit of an investment in some ways because the price is only going to go up. So, but yeah, Aldynes, really cool game. I'm trying to think of a score. I'm going to give it out of 10, really. Like I say, initially it was very hard. I would have given it possibly an 8 out of 10, but I think I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10 because it is. Once you start getting into it, it is a very good game. Yeah, so we're gonna go with 9 out of 10, guys. If you've got a SuperGrafx, definitely pick this one up. It's very good. I said the other SuperGrafx game I really wanted to pick up was 1941, but while I was in, I knew the game was expensive, but while I was in Tokyo, I was looking at it, it was 380 quid. So no, we'll have to play it on the EverDrive instead. But if I ever do see it for an half decent deal, or I do some crazy swap with somebody for it, I will pick it up, but I'm not paying 380 quid for it. That's just crazy, basically. But yeah, Aldynes 9 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I'll catch you back soon with some other review or gaming things. So we'll see you soon. Bye now.